Hello and welcome to 15 Minute Gamer. My name is Tony and this is my review for a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Or Battlefront 2 as it's more commonly known. So I'm going to check out the single player, multiplayer and arcade and let you know what I think. Mainly not just talking about loot boxes hopefully, but here's what the developer says. There's a lot of words again. I thought I'd just leave that epic music there just for all these words. Anyway, let's have a little read. Embark on an endless Star Wars action experience from the best-selling Star Wars HD video game franchise of all time. Experience rich multiplayer battlegrounds across all three eras. Or rise as a new hero, discover an emotionally gripping single-player story spanning 30 years. And pause it here if you want to read the rest of them, because that sentence is a load of rubbish. So guys, this review, I'm going to try and not talk about the loot crates, microtransactions, how much EA have messed up until the end of the video. I just want to talk about the game, the gameplay, and did they make actually a good game underneath of all this? Because I think it's been vastly overshadowed by what's been going on. And you know, if they published the best game in the world, if they made the best game in the world, and it was overshadowed by some terrible publisher putting microtransactions in, that would be a bit of a shame. So, have they done that? No. They haven't. They've made a very, very mediocre game. It is, yeah, it's just not very good. Let's start with the single player first of all. Anyway, so the single player campaign, in inverted commas, is about 4 or 5 hours long. It takes places over a couple of worlds, and there's about 15 missions, I think. However, every single mission is walk, drive, fly, run to location, defend, object / person, kill objects / people. I'm not going to say person because you just end up killing people generally. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat for 15 levels. You've got your usual, here's a turret section, here's a stealth section, here's a driving section, here's a flying section. It is so by the numbers. I thought Wolfenstein was by the numbers. This takes the biscuit. Absolute boatload of rubbish. It is so boring. It has no personality at all. You know, like say things like Wolfenstein, because very recent example, it had, you know, for as much as I thought it was just it was a good game. It wasn't great, it was good, but it had a lot of personality to it. You know, like the cutscenes were funny, there was some humor in it, there was some real moments where you just went, whoa, what's going on here? You know, actually made you think. This game doesn't have any of that. This game is totally paint by the numbers FPS. It is primarily designed into getting you used to how to play multiplayer, so it jumps you around several different characters and scenes. So like, you're not just on the planet fighting, you'll then go to space, then you'll go into a spaceship, then you'll go back to space, then a spaceship, then you'll go into a walker, then back on the ground. And it's just so you can play as a heavy gunner, as a sniper, as an assault class, as a hero, as this hero, as another hero. How do star cards work? How do they work when you're flying? What's your abilities? And it is just all set up for the multiplayer. There's nothing here. This is not single player. This could have just been really tacked on to the multiplayer and just someone said, right, this is what you're going to do during multiplayer. So have 15 random missions that we've made, or how many ever it is, and just kind of experience each part of the multiplayer, but in a constructive story-driven line, I suppose, which is basically a campaign. I know, but it's not a campaign. It's really hard to describe. It's so incoherent, and because you're swapping between the characters all the time, so you know, you'll go from controlling the main woman to Luke Skywalker. My god, his mission, you basically swat bugs, and I'm not making that up. The mission is to defend a guy while you swat bugs. So you hit them with your lightsaber, and it's to practice lightsaber. Oh my god, so bad. And that's what every mission's like. You know, you'll walk up to a door, oh, the door won't open. Alright, I suppose I've got to defend it for 15 minutes. Yeah, defend it for 15 minutes. Oh, I'm in space, what do I do? Well, our ship won't start. What? Defend it? Oh, defend it, okay. Right, okay, so you're going to go to that panel. Yes, what do you defend? Of course. Everything's pointed out for you. Everything's on markers. There's no puzzles. There's no hacking or anything like that. There's nothing to kind of disrupt you from the gameplay side of things. And it is so. It's one of the worst campaigns I've ever played in the game. It is just shocking. Saving grace for it, I guess, is the graphics and sound are excellent. The graphics are just absolutely top notch. There's some really nice locations, some lovely textures, and some lovely lighting. And the sound just sounds fantastic as well when you flying around in a little TIE fighter or whatever. However, it's not all great on the visual and sound aspects, and oh god, the conversations between the characters is so bad. The script is terrible. Well delivered, but absolutely terrible. There's also bugs everywhere. And I'm not just talking a little bit, I'm talking about bad physics, I'm talking about clipping, popping, shadows, everything that when you get shot sometimes, like, you'll just spasm weirdly when you're trying to run away if you keep getting repeatedly shot, because there's only one animation for getting shot. And yeah, for a game that, you know, I presume has a lot of money behind it and a lot of developers and a lot of QA testers, that side of things is terrible. You know, like the AI characters funny will get lost and stuff. I mean, I didn't record loads of gameplay, but this is just one of them here. So this is a terrible mission where you've got to find things. And this guy is such a pain in the ass, and so don't watch him. Just watch what he does now. Clips through a wall. I'm like, where's he gone? He goes up onto the roof and falls back down, and this happens a lot. So let's talk a little bit about the AI and difficulty of the game. So if we start off with the difficulty, there's 3 levels. There's easy, medium, or hard. They're all pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I played on medium all the way through, and then I switched to easy about halfway through because I was getting so bored. I just wanted to complete the game as soon as possible. I was just like, right, okay, I just need to get through this now. So you can swap on the fly and you don't lose any bonuses or anything for doing that. But yeah, medium was sufficient enough. The AI on the characters is pretty dreadful. They'll basically hide behind a box, you'll shoot them, they'll pop back up in the exact same place with the exact same timing. They'll sometimes run for cover, sometimes they'll just run towards you. The heavy gunners are terrible for that. The heavy gunners will just walk towards you, so you just get your gun and shoot them in the face over and over and over again. And yeah, the AI was a little bit disappointing. The guys you're with as well, you know, your teammates, sometimes are a little bit poor. They're not meant to die, they won't die. They could be getting shot and grenaded and everything like that. As you can see in this world here, I mean, it looks really impressive, and it, you know, just looks incredible. But when you're walking around, there's not much you can do. You can't shoot out the searchlights. You can't really do much. You've got no reflection, which I thought was really bad, as you can see there when I'm looking in the puddle. That's why I did it. I was like, I wonder if I've got a reflection. So yeah, just the AI's bad. The gameplay is not particularly difficult. It's got auto aim on as a preset. So auto aim, no, aim assist, auto aim, same thing, is on as a preset. I mean, how bad is that? Like, I don't like when games do that. Like, choose to let me put, because I didn't realize it was on the beginning. I was wondering why I was firing at things that I wasn't kind of aiming at. And that'll be why, because of aim assist. So yeah, apart from that, the gunplay is alright. You get a good variety of weapons and you can change them up. You can't pick weapons off dead people, which I always dislike in games. I think you should be able to pick any weapon up, because that's the point. When you run out of ammo, you don't kind of run out. Your gun just kind of gets too hot, and you got to stop firing for a bit and hit like a little mini game, which is kind of like a bar, and you've got to hit the purple or green or whatever color it is to reload. And that's kind of it. It's infinite ammo, health regen, all the stuff you'd expect in a hand-holding type game like this. It's just, I'm very disappointed with the single player. I was hoping they would go in a whole different direction. You're supposed to be on the, the Empire side, the bad guys, and I was like, oh my god, it's going to be so awesome to be the bad guys. We're going to do loads and loads of bad stuff. And then it's not to spoil things, but you don't stay on that side, basically. But yeah, I was like, oh, good god, we've not just had bad guys in the game for a change. But yeah, as you can, basically each unit you have has 3 or 4 special abilities, which you unlock using star cards. Star cards is the problem with the game. This is where the microtransactions come into play. This is where we can discuss that stuff. Here's a turret section. When you're in AT, you've made this bit boring. So yeah, the star cards are what kind of control the game. That's what is in the single player. It's all about star cards. Star cards give you buffs, so they'll basically make you stronger. They'll make your attacks bigger. They'll make your defense better. And this is where all the controversy came from, because it was pay to win. So if you're playing multiplayer, you would go through and just buy loot boxes, which would give you all these crates, and you'd become 50% stronger, 40% stronger, have better weapons than everyone else because you paid for it. And that's why all the backlash started. Now EA have removed it for the moment in a way, so you can't pay to win, you have to play to win, which is how games should be. I don't know why that changed. But they've taken the diamond system out, and you get loot crates as you play through the single player campaign. I got about 8. And you know, all they do is have different things in. It's random. It's typical loot crate. Not gambling, of course. No, it's not gambling at all, even though it's about paying money to get random stuff. But yes, it's not gambling. So when you open the loot crate, basically you get a card out of it, and it can improve certain things. So it might improve your heavy class, might give it a grenade, might improve one of your spaceships or starships and give it a certain thing. It might do whatever. You don't know what you're going to get, and you know, each character needs different star cards. And that's what the game is based around. This is why all the problems have started. And the whole, even the single player campaign has all these in. And that's kind of why when I realized this is just selling the multiplayer, it's not doing anything else, not doing anything new. That is why it's just, it didn't need all that in. It could have just been a good game. And, you know, if they kind of worked on that a little bit. And also, just the last thing, the campaign just ends. It just ends. It's so, it hasn't even got credits. It hasn't even got a title screen. It just goes, well, that bit's done. And then you drop back in the main menu. It is ridiculous. Like, it is just not a campaign. It's so open for DLC. I know DLC is going to be free, but you're getting half a campaign, basically, and nothing more. So, yeah, the campaign, absolutely terrible. So, what about multiplayer? Multiplayer is what you'd expect. It is big battles. There's 14 maps or so. There's a couple of game modes. The best one by far is this, which is the Starfighter game mode, which is space battles. It is just the best part of the game, multiplayer wise. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot going on. It's fast paced. It's quick. Here my controller dies, and I was just like, oh no, I don't know where my charger cable is. Look how long I survive with no controller. Like, I think I should have been dead by now because I'm just flying in a straight line. So yeah, it kind of just does. Oh no, I've got to mention one last thing about this game on multiplayer and single player is the mission area. You can't go and flank something if the game doesn't want to. It'll just say return to mission area, and it does it in multiplayer a lot. And multiplayer games have always been like that. It does it in single player all the time. It is so annoying. You try and flank some enemies and it just goes, return to mission area. It's like, shut up, man, I'm just literally 1 meter away from the enemies, and you can't go and do it. Anyway, so back to multiplayer. Yeah, so it's your basic standard affair. It doesn't do anything new. There's no 120 player battles going on. There's no gigantic wars going on. I think the maximum is 20 versus 20, maybe. Which is a gigantic wars. Which, I mean, considering on, you know, whenever the one Battlefront 2 came out on the PC originally years ago in the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 or whatever it was, like, you had, on the PC version you had 120 player battles. Like, yeah, dude, it's way in advance. We've gone past that. Anyway, so yeah, the multiplayer is all right. When someone kills you, you see what star cards they've got. Because, of course, you want to see how they killed you so then they can sell more things. So they're like, ooh, that person killed me flat. I need that. I'm going to have to buy star cards. And you'll go and buy some star cards. So, yeah, basically multiplayer, it's alright. It's, you know, because you're fighting stormtroopers or whatever, everyone looks the exact same. And then more people you kill, you basically get star points or whatever they're called, whatever that one is called battle points, and then you can sink battle points into unlocking heroes or unlocking different classes. But it kind of goes like 3,000 points, then 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. The 3,000 point ones always get taken, and you know, you just have to keep grinding, and then by the time you get to the 8,000 point ones, the game's over. But at least it's kind of progression. You've got to go through it and you've got to do it. This mode here is arcade, so you can fight against bots and you can still unlock credits and that sort of thing. So I decided to be Luke Skywalker, and yeah, just walk around killing some bots. So that's the arcade mode. However, you can't play it too much. It'll stop you earning credits after a certain period of time. Look, there's the zone thing. I just walked a little bit out and I was like, no, you can't do that. And yeah, it kind of, that's how it works. So there's that arcade mode as well on top of the multiplayer. So yeah, the multiplayer, it was a bit more enjoyable than what I thought it was for the beginning of it. The Starfighter one especially. On the ground, it just turns into every other first-person shooter multiplayer. Walking around, shooting people, do the objectives, whatever. It is nothing new there that I could find. I don't know if I'm missing something, but nothing new. Now we're just having a little look at the ground. You can pick a couple of classes to the right there. You can put your star cards in and whatever. So yeah, that's, you know, multiplayer in the nutshell. There's not too much to say about it because it's exactly as you would expect it to be. It's just a first-person shooter multiplayer with Star Wars skins on it. So overall, you know, I don't rate my games. I can't recommend this game for the money. It is basically a free-to-play game. It should be free to play. Then they could have their loot crates and loot system in. The single player is not worth your money at all if you're just buying this for a single player. If you want to play a multiplayer, you may get some enjoyment out of it. Personally, after 6-7 hours, you're going to have seen everything and done anything anyway. So for me, $60, just totally not worth it. I don't care if all the DLC and season passes are free. That's the least you can do in a $60 game that, again, is not complete. This campaign is not complete. They've deliberately withheld content from the campaign. Putting DLC things in, look at this, we're giving you a free DLC, guys. Oh no, screw off. You could just finish the campaign. However, if it went on any longer, I think I would just quit anyway. So yeah, if you have any comments, leave them below. If you agree, disagree, feel free. You know, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, this game is not very good. It's just very mediocre. It's okay. It's not going to be one you're going to be playing in months' times or weeks' times. You may play it for a week and then sell it. It's just not very good at all. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.